My name is Jerick. I am 27 years old and I currently live in Seattle, Washington. Today we're going to be talking about a video of how to beat your Seattle blues. If you're like me right now, who just moved to Seattle, Washington, or even the Pacific Northwest in general, you've probably not been used to the weather conditions of it being cloudy and rainy, and every local here is correct when they say that it rains here about 9 months a year and the 3 months are probably the best summers you'll ever have. It's true. I feel so compelled of creating this video because of the fact of my own experience. I moved here in about April of 2021 and that was about the end of like the rain, and it's just been very, very nice and longer nights. But as we get on to the more later parts of the year, it's dark and it's literally only 12:45 right now, but it feels like 3 p.m. It's really, really hard because seasonal depression is actually a thing here. The first few weeks that I started moving here, I had dinners with a few friends and they really emphasized the idea of mental health and like therapy and all these things. And what I'm going to be doing with you guys, I'm going to show you guys my experiences so far of living here in Seattle, Washington, and also kind of how to beat the Seattle blues. I am not a mental health professional, nor am I a person that is an expert at this, nor am I a local native here in Seattle, but I would want to share my experiences of what's been working so far, and I have around 4 to 5 tips of how to kind of beat the Seattle freeze and Seattle blues. First tip of advice that I would probably give out is to definitely find a hobby, and whether it be hiking or even snowboarding, there's about 30 minutes away. Make sure that you have something to look forward to sometime in the week. Treat yourself as a reward, because I feel like if you don't have the chance to kind of treat yourself in such a really gloomy time like this, it is going to be dreadful for you. I understand that you probably want to go and watch your favorite Netflix shows and cuddle up and bundle up, but I feel like it gets old after the first 2 or 3 months. The first 2 or 3 months I was making soup, I was watching my favorite shows, I was catching up on Grey's Anatomy, and then I was like, okay, this is a constant schedule that has been going on for months and months and months, and I feel like I needed to find something to do. So yeah, gather up your ski gear or go on a hike or take a lot of trips to places outside of Seattle or even the neighboring areas of the Pacific Northwest and go on a day trip, because the fact that you are able to kind of experience different parts of Washington is so awesome and so great. There's a lot of nature, and just getting outside is something that I really, really recommend for y'all to do. For me personally, when it comes to also hobbies, I love to spin, so I really go to my local spin studio, which is obviously SoulCycle, because you guys knew I worked there for so long, and I spend a good chunk of my time there, and it's really, really nice to be a part of a community even though we have masks on while riding, and I have been enjoying it ever since. And sometimes we would grab lunch and hang out. The second tip that I would probably share is have your circle of friends. If you just moved here, I know it can suck, and I'm going to be doing a video later on how to make friends in Seattle and what did you do to make these many friends, because I feel like I'm one of the few people in the transplants that have lived here that has made so many friends in the span of literally 10 months. Whether it be your friends from back home who you FaceTime with, or even your roommates or neighbors, make some time for them and schedule some time throughout the week to really keep yourself occupied and busy. I know that a lot of my friends back at home probably hate me for always calling them, but I really do value those who pick up the call, and just makes me feel like I'm not alone. Especially in times of isolation and quarantining, it can get tough, but with the power of technology, it's been very, very helpful to even call your loved ones. And surprisingly, it has actually boosted my relationship with my parents, because since I moved away from home for the first time, I've gotten so much more closer to them, and that is such a freaking treat, because whenever we do go home, I get to be more closer, and I never take that for granted. So yeah, schedule some time with some friends, put yourself out there, and I will do another video on how to make friends in Seattle very, very soon. The third thing that I would definitely like to recommend is invest yourself in some vitamin D3 gummies. Now, this is not a sponsored ad. I wish it was a sponsored ad because this is doing a lot of wonders. So I got this from Amazon. It's called Vitamin 3 Gummies from Nordic Naturals. Nordic Naturals. And essentially what it does is that it really gets the vitamin D of supplements, since there's not a lot of sun here. A lot of my coworkers have told me to take some because if you're not used to this rare of sunlight, it is an essential. And I can definitely tell you that taking these vitamin D3 gummies once a day has really shifted my mentality, my mindset, and I'm doing better if I didn't take it. I can tell when I'm really bummed or very like grumpy or angry that I knew for sure that I did not take the day of taking these vitamins. So again, sponsor me if you can, but I'm gonna go ahead and link the bio down below because I feel like it is essential to everyone who may lack some vitamin D, drink some milk, or doesn't even like drinking milk. But I personally like these because they're different berry flavors and I wake up every morning with that. Which brings us to the last tip. Develop your own everyday routine. Whether it be making up your bed, or even doing your skincare, or even possibly going for a walk and going outside, it really makes a huge difference for you to have some sort of routine, to really get yourself up, to say these affirmations, and to kind of know that this is all temporary. And it may feel long for now to be looking through outside with clouds and the gloominess, but just remember, it'll all be worth it later on as we get closer to the summer, where the nights are longer and also there is so much more sunshine, and you'll be experiencing one of your best summers yet here in Washington. So to those who have already experienced the Seattle blues, comment down below if you guys have any other tips or recommendations for those who are moving here, or what to brace for. I know we have a lot of people who are moving to Washington or Seattle who may not be used to the rain or the cloudy or the gloominess. Any type of info would be very appreciated. Well, thank you again so much for watching. This is Christian Jerick, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Take care. Bye, everyone.